The city never sleeps. Its lights shine bright, but some of those lights hide the darkest secrets. And somewhere among those glowing towers, a girl named Maya was about to learn that love isn't always what it seems. Maya was 25, confident, independent, and kind. She had just moved to the city for a new marketing job. Life felt exciting, unpredictable, and full of hope. Every morning, she took the same coffee route, smiled at the same people, and believed, perhaps too deeply, in the goodness of others. That's when she met Ethan. He was everything she thought she wanted. Charming, polite, a little mysterious. They met at a work event. He complimented her presentation, saying she had fire in her words. She laughed. He smiled back. It felt genuine. It looked like fate. They started talking more. Late-night messages, morning calls, coffee breaks that lasted longer than they should. Ethan made her feel seen, understood, appreciated. For Maya, it wasn't just attraction. It felt like finding home in a stranger. But what she didn't know was that Ethan had built that home on lies. Weeks turned into months. Maya's friends often warned her, "He's too smooth, Maya. Be careful," but she brushed it off. "Not everyone's bad," she'd say with a smile. Ethan had a way of making her feel safe. He remembered every detail, every little thing she liked, her favorite coffee flavor, her favorite song, even her dream of starting her own company one day. They went on weekend trips, clicked countless pictures, and promised forever far too soon. But something started to feel off. Ethan began canceling plans. His stories didn't always match. His phone, once always open on the table, was now always face down. When Maya asked gently, "Is something wrong?" he'd laugh it off, saying, "Work's just crazy, babe." You worry too much. And maybe she did worry too much. But women, they have instincts. And Maya's heart, though hopeful, started to sense the cracks in the fairy tale. One evening, as she scrolled through social media, a notification popped up, a tagged photo. A girl had posted a picture with Ethan. Caption, "My man." My everything. Maya froze. Her world stopped spinning for a second. Her hands trembled as she clicked the profile. Dozens of photos, same man, same smile, different woman. That's when Maya realized she wasn't the only one. She was just one of many. The next morning, Maya met Ethan. She didn't confront him immediately. No, she wanted to see him lie. He hugged her, asked how her day was going. His tone, calm, casual, practiced. She smiled faintly. "Do you love me, Ethan?" she asked quietly. He looked her straight in the eye and said, "More than anything." Her heart broke right there, not because he lied, but because he didn't even blink while doing it. That night, she didn't cry much. Instead, she sat by her window and whispered to herself, "He played with my heart, but this isn't the end of my story." It wasn't anger that filled her. It was something colder, clarity. Maya didn't want to scream or beg. She wanted justice. But she also knew one thing. Revenge wasn't about hurting someone. It was about making them face their truth, the one they'd tried so hard to hide. Over the next few weeks, Maya acted normal. She smiled, she called, she met him. She became exactly what Ethan expected her to be. Calm, trusting, predictable. But behind that calm smile, a storm was forming. Maya started observing, noting patterns, times, people. She learned Ethan's habits, the lies he repeated, the meetings he faked, the women he juggled. She created a quiet list of truths, not to destroy him, but to expose him. Her plan wasn't instant. It was patient, detailed, poetic. She made friends with one of the girls he was dating.
pretending to be a stranger who accidentally met her at a cafe. They started talking, and soon Maya discovered that there were more. 3 girls, maybe more, all believing they were the only one. Maya felt both heartbreak and pity, but she stayed calm. Revenge needed discipline, and so she built it. A slow, silent, smart plan to make Ethan's lies collapse under their own weight. Maya wasn't just hurt anymore. She was focused. Every lie Ethan had told her became a thread she began to pull, carefully, quietly. She created a fake profile, not to catfish, not to trick, but to watch. From that profile, she could see what Ethan didn't want her to see. His comments, his hidden likes, his late-night messages to other girls. Each message was like another puzzle piece. She didn't rage. She documented. Screenshots, dates, times. The truth, she knew, would destroy him far more than anger ever could. Meanwhile, she acted perfectly normal. When he called, she laughed. When he lied, she nodded. He never suspected a thing. But what Ethan didn't know was that Maya had started building something. Not online, but in real life.
She contacted the other women, carefully, respectfully. Each one had the same story. He promised love. He took trust. And he left confusion. They were all hurt. But Maya's calm gave them strength. For the first time, they felt seen, not victims, but voices. Together, they decided on one thing. Ethan's truth deserved to be seen. Publicly. But not in a cheap way. Not out of hate. It had to be poetic. His lies had to fall apart the same way he built them. In front of everyone. A month later, Ethan threw a party. A grand one. His startup had just closed a deal, and he wanted to celebrate. Everyone was invited. Colleagues, friends, and yes, Maya too. She arrived looking calm, elegant, almost glowing. He greeted her warmly, as if nothing had ever gone wrong. To him, Maya was still his. But to Maya, this night was the beginning of his fall. The party was held at a rooftop bar, lights shimmering over the city skyline. Music, laughter, clinking glasses, everything looked perfect, until the lights flickered. The music stopped. And suddenly, a large screen came to life. People looked up. Ethan smiled awkwardly, thinking it was part of the event. But then, his own face appeared on the screen, followed by messages, photos, chats, not edited, not fake. The truth, raw, cold, undeniable. Gasps spread across the crowd. People looked at him, then at Maya, then back at him. He froze. His charm vanished. His business partner turned away. One of the women he'd lied to was standing right there, her eyes full of disgust. Ethan tried to speak, but his voice cracked. This isn't real. Someone hacked. But Maya stepped forward, her tone calm, steady, unshaken. No one hacked you, Ethan. You hacked people's hearts. You thought lies were harmless, but lies have a way of showing up, even when you hide them well. The silence that followed was heavier than any shout. Ethan's face went pale. His reputation, shattered. His relationships, gone. His confidence, vanished. Maya didn't humiliate him with words. The truth did that for her. That night, Maya walked home alone. The city lights felt softer now. Her phone buzzed with messages, support, gratitude, curiosity. But she didn't feel proud. She felt free. Revenge hadn't made her smile. It had simply given her peace. The kind that comes when you finally close a door that should have been locked long ago. Ethan tried to reach out days later. Messages, calls, apologies written in desperation. She didn't respond. Not out of arrogance, but because she had already moved on. For the first time in months, Maya slept without replaying lies in her mind. She focused on her work again. She laughed with her friends again. And slowly, life began to taste like life again, not survival. A few months later, Maya launched something new, her own digital consultancy. It was small, but honest. She built it on trust, the one thing she'd learned to value the most. And strangely, her story, the one she thought would break her, started inspiring others. She didn't share names or drama, but she shared lessons about boundaries, about healing, about not letting betrayal turn you into someone bitter. One day, she received a message from one of the girls Ethan had hurt. "You helped me believe in myself again." "Thank you," Maya smiled. That was her real victory. Ethan, on the other hand, lost nearly everything that night. His partners distanced themselves. The company he built collapsed under mistrust. His charm, now a memory. He moved away quietly, trying to rebuild. But wherever he went, one thing followed him: his own truth. He often wondered how Maya managed to stay so composed. He expected rage, destruction, but she gave him something worse: clarity. He wasn't destroyed by her anger. He was destroyed by himself. Months later, Maya sat by her apartment window again, the same window where she once planned her revenge. The city lights blinked, and she whispered softly to herself, "Sometimes, the best revenge is simply letting someone live with what they've done." Because fate, she learned, doesn't forget. It just waits. She didn't need to ruin him. She only needed to stop letting him ruin her. And that was her true victory. Not revenge, not fame, not justice, but peace. Betrayal teaches you two things: who someone really is, and who you'll never be again.